If you want to learn how to make simple and cinematic car videos, then this video is perfect for you because I'm gonna show you my exact process on how I film cinematic car videos for clients. You will learn my exact camera setup, my camera settings, my gimbal settings, and some of my go-to favorite gimbal shots. For the camera body, I'm using the Sony a7 IV, which is the camera I'm filming with right now. I have it paired with a Sony 2470 G Master Mark II zoom lens. It's the only lens that I use, and having a zoom lens is pretty useful because you can take a variety of shots in different focal lengths. From time to time I will tell you in the video which focal length I'm using for specific shots. This shoot I shot in 120 frames per second to get that ultra smooth slow motion. My shutter speed was set to 1/250. I shoot in HD, autofocus continuous, spot medium, shift sensitivity and speed is both set to the middle. I shoot in S-Log3 and my ISO is set to 800, which is the base ISO for S-Log3. White balance in this case was set to 5600 kelvins because we were at noon and the sun was fully blasting. No clouds spotted. And my aperture was set to 2.8. We have the DJI RS4 for getting those buttery smooth gimbal shots. I paired this with the small rig briefcase handle for getting those low angle shots. That band was set to medium and movement speed to slow. And all of the shots were made in pan follow only, so you can easily recreate all of them. Because we are shooting for social media, we are going to swap from horizontal to vertical. Make sure to rebalance your gimbal. I'm using the Portkeys Monitor LH7P, which is a 7-inch monitor. This helps me to get correct exposure, helps me with better framing, better composition. And I just screw it vertically onto my monitor mount, which is mounted to my briefcase handle. You can also just mount it horizontally, but because we were shooting for social media, I'm gonna mount it vertically. I also turn on my waveforms to check my exposure, and I also turn on peaking to see which object is in focus. For my variable ND/CPL filter, I'm using the Freewell hybrid filter, which is a CPL plus variable ND in one. You simply lock your CPL by turning the screws right here, and then you can adjust your exposure by twisting the variable ND filter without messing up your CPL. So let's go. So we just arrived here at the first location. It's now 9:30. It's 2 degrees outside, so it's pretty cold. And we're gonna just make some shots of the cars that are arriving. Let's make some reels and then we will go to the second part, but that's for later. So we have the DJI RS4. Let's put in the battery. Then we've got our Sony a7 IV, the Sony 2470. Looks nice. Ah, it's the white one from last time, remember? So now we're gonna set our CPL filter to get rid of some reflections. We lock it into place and then we can fix our exposure just by twisting our variable ND. So let's set it to 35. This has a nice background. So let's just do some warm-up shots with some simple orbits with a nice background. Always do it a few times, so you have some options in your editing room. Let's make some sort of reveal shot. Always looks cool. There we go. Let's make an emblem one. We can touch the focus and just hover from left to right. This way our shots are stable because we don't have to walk. And you don't have the up and down movement from your feet. It always looks good. We're gonna make a nice reveal shot. Let's twist our CPL a little bit. Let's just span from left to right. And if we start with our car in focus and we slowly pan out, we can reverse the shot, or we can just go fast enough. I'm gonna hold the trigger. Let's make one from the rear taillight low angle. Let's twist our CPL a little bit, or our variable ND, because we're losing some detail here in the shadows. So usually what I do when I'm filming vertical is I leave the lower thirds like somehow free. Don't put too much of important information here, because this part is covered with caption, with logo, with your name and all that kind of stuff. So I usually try to put everything here of most important information. Just make one nice simple push-in shot. I'm gonna lower my exposure a little bit because the white of the car, I don't want it to be blown out because it's the main object. So again, I'm gonna leave the lower part free of information. So I'm gonna put some empty space on the bottom. Let's wait for this guy to pass. And his shadow. And then we can push in. So my lovely wife had the idea to take a slider shot or a slider reveal type shot from the cars here. The background is very nice. The building is cool in the background. So, and the shadow here, the line of shadow, is also a nice element that adds to the shot. So let's just walk sideways, following the line of shadow. Let's just start with the front push-in. So we're in 35 millimeters, push with the trigger pulled. I'm gonna do the exact same thing, walking backwards, and then once more forward. So we have some options here. The emblem looks pretty fire, so let's make one of this one. If I don't have to move my feet, I don't move my feet because it's more stable. Less up and down movement. Let's take a detail here. Zoom in a little bit. The sun is blasting, so we might lose a little bit of detail here or there in the shadows and or highlights, but that's life. Simple orbit shot at 50 millimeters. The rim, it's nice. Let's take one from up above. Now let's just make a nice push-in shot from the back. We're at 50 millimeters somewhere, so let's just push in while holding the trigger. Shit, dat gaat de beste shot zijn van allemaal.
Ja, denk het ook.
Merci hè.
Ja, het is de beste.
Let's just make a close-up of this one here with a nice blue caliper. So now we are at the second part of the GT Tour, which is at the golf course in Kokzijde. And here we're gonna shoot some nice cars again. So I just switched battery from the monitor from the Sony camera, so we are good to go. Let's check it out. So let's just take some B-roll. So let's see if we can make like a wide shot with both the cars. Tilt up or tilt down reveal shot. Let's start with the car nicely in frame. Then we're gonna walk backwards, tilt down. Then we got the perfect tilt up reveal shot. So if we adjust our CPL filter correctly, we can nicely look through the windshield to make a detail shot. I'm gonna put it in pen follow only. If you want smooth movement, make your movements fast enough, don't make them too slow, because you can slow it down in post-production anyway. Let's make an orbit, low angle orbit, sort of reveal. Let's do it backwards. Wat is jouw favoriete kleur? De een of de een? Zijn we zwart of goud pakken?
Zo'n nou, dat is dat je te veel dat je hebt volgens.
Ja, ja, iets te...
Die kun je een beetje wegsteken.
in de mate van mogelijk. Hè. Not even sure which Corvette it is, but we will find out when we go to the back. Let's make some sort of reveal. And just lean from left to right, a little bit lower. Yeah, that's much better. Otherwise we cut the car emblem. So let's try to take a shot here where the sun comes in. So the sun comes in here. I like hot moms. So now let's take a nice detail of the headlight here. And we move away in a sort of orbit movement. What looks cool here is these lines, so maybe we can make something with it. The carbon fiber mirrors are nice. Maybe we might want to take a detail of those. We have to mind our own shadow. So here the sun reflects nicely onto the car, so let's orbit around and lower the camera at the same time. Or we do the opposite, we start here and we walk in a circular motion up. Make one of the BM Customs car. BM Customs is a customs company here in Belgium. The green is pretty nice. The easiest and my favorite types of shots are just the orbit shots actually. They're pretty straightforward and they always look good. Now let's go make some details. The grill looks pretty damn dope. Let's fix our exposure. I want to keep details in the shadows. So always nice, the Benz grill. So BM Customs, the rally, 16 to 22 May. A little bit of commercial. So let's make a shot of the hood. Oh man, my eyes. I'm gonna be blind. Some stickers are always nice. Gotta mind our own shadow. In this video, you will learn how I make my car videos for social media and clients from start to finish. I will show you my exact camera setup, how I set it up, my camera settings, an easy trick for setting my white balance, how I easily balance my gimbal, how I shoot horizontal and vertical at the same time, some of my go-to gimbal shots with the gimbal settings, how I edit them, my export settings, my topaz settings, and that's about it. So let's get started right away.